Are you
I
trying to
think
do
it
the
sounded
theme
better
song?
on Starfleet Academy.
Oh, no. No more garbage.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages.
Oh, the hell with it. Let's just start the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vern and Bob Star Trek show on the Star Trek Network. My name is Vern.
And I'm Bob.
And we are coming to you this week to discuss some Deep Space Nine material.
Actually, probably the next 5 to 6 weeks we'll be discussing DS9 material.
No, this was not inspired by the most recent episode of the current series that is out. We just really like information about the Dominion War.
Oh, yeah, this has absolutely nothing, and I repeat, nothing to do with Starfleet Academy. This has been an idea in my head for a little while now, and this is, I think, a very cool idea. We are going to go through the Dominion War season by season of the show DS9.
Yep. And
starting with season 3.
Kicked off with season 3, and this is some of the best Star Trek, I think, all around. We said before we started recording Deep Space Nine, but I think it's honestly some of the best Star Trek through the whole series.
I'm gonna take it a little bit further. I would, because we do about 5 episodes from season 3 that deal with the Dominion War. Granted, a lot of the episodes mention the Dominion, or there's bits and pieces about the Dominion. These are 5 episodes that focus, and these are probably the best 5 episodes that we've ever watched doing this show.
You are absolutely right. I mean, there are some things, but from everything with Garrick to the final episode of season 3 leading into season 4 with the Defiant shapeshifter.
I like that. That was a real cat and mouse type episode. So the episodes that we watched for this are The Search Part 1 and 2, which was episode 1 and 2 of the 3rd season. Episode 20, Improbable Cause, in 21, The Die is Cast, which is a 2-parter, I mean, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And episode 26, The Adversary, which was the one we just talked about a little bit. So,
and there's not one better than the other.
No.
This was a very fine selection, and when I look back at Garrick, I think I've said is my favorite Deep Space Nine character. He does really good in The Die is Cast.
Oh yeah, 100%. He even does good. He's even good in the Improbable Cause, the episode before that. The Obsidian Order and the Tal Shiar joined forces and built this ginormous fleet to go destroy the Dominion. Only to get destroyed themselves pretty quickly.
Yeah, they got handed pretty quick.
And if the Tal Shiar and why do I want to keep saying the Jem'Hadar? If the Tal Shiar and
Obsidian Order?
The Obsidian Order, thank you very much. You would think I've watched Star Trek before. But if the two of them coming together and can't handle the Dominion, who's going to?
Well, I mean, it plays out as we go along, but it was one of those times that if every race was going to have to band together, it would be against the Dominion.
And it just, the 3rd season felt like a very the Dominion feeling out the Federation. By the end of season 3, they know that they can handle the Cardassians and the Romulans. They're still not 100% on the Federation, because I feel like they find the Federation kind of unorthodox, and maybe that's just because it's Captain Sisko that they're dealing with, and he's very unorthodox, to say the least. So I feel like it's more, this season's more of a feeling out, like the adversary episode at the very end. It's that cat and mouse game. Like they're trying to find out what they can, or they're really trying to do that deceitful thing where they cause a confrontation with the Federation in a different race.
Right.
Like that was what that whole point was. They were trying to stop because they had taken control of the Defiant, and they were going to basically run them into this other, I can't remember the name of it. It's a race I don't think we ever see again or even hear about again. But yeah, no, it's a very much feeling out process the Dominion has towards the Federation.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They could have taken DS9 the minute
Oh, they
things
could have,
started.
yeah. They could have
Um,
easily steamrolled the Federation.
But as we find out, toward the end, as Odo fills us in, that they already have people all over the Alpha Quadrant, so they kind of knew what was going on, but they wanted to test the chess pieces that are right in front of them.
Yeah, and I will say that last line in Adversaries, the end of third season, when he was told that, you've already lost, we're everywhere.
Yeah,
That was such a great line to end the season. Just
it was.
ended it on that.
Because it really shows you that they are a threat. You thought they were bad, but they're already everywhere.
That was really on my first watch through, full start to finish watch through. That's the first moment when I was like, I can remember thinking, oh shit, this is about to get, the stuff's about to happen.
Right.
It's about to go down. We're starting on season 3, but ultimately you need to go and watch the season 2 finale, the Jem'Hadar, which basically kicks off everything. It's when you get your first, we had heard about the Dominion before that, but this is we really first get to see the Dominion. Definitely watch that one before you jump into these episodes. After that episode, they decide that they're going to take the Defiant and go to find the home world of the Founders.
Mm-hmm.
In which we find out that the Founders are changelings like Odo.
Correct.
And you get some really good character development with Odo in these 2 episodes, in a great Odo episodes.
And you also really see the bond between him and Kira in these episodes. I don't think they could have picked any better person to pair him with when they went to the homeworld. And so this is why I say the writing is even perfect, because she was right there and he was still loyal to her while they were there. He knew that she was trying to send out a signal, and he still protected her.
Well, he still helped her. Like the whole, wait, why would my people need a door?
Right. And even when he agrees that he's going to stay and rejoin the Great Link, he opens the door. He's like, no, we're going to go ahead and do this.
He still finds he wants to help her. So,
and that moment is when he decides, hey, these are my people, not you.
Right. And we get that revelation that the Founders are changelings, but we also get that cool situation where after they basically beat the crap out of the Defiant and they only take certain people off the ship, they put them in some kind of sleep-induced coma where they run this program where apparently the Federation is going to create a peace treaty with the Dominion, but they were going to exclude the Romulans. And it was like they were running all these tests, what scenarios would work.
Right.
And the first time I watched it, I remember thinking, I said, because you have Admiral Nechayev.
Yep, Seska.
No. She plays the Romulan, but I'm talking about the Starfleet Admiral, the woman. She was on. She turned
Shelby.
up. Yeah, she turned up on TNG a bunch of times towards the end, but I remember thinking when I watched that the first time, I was like, God, is there ever one good admiral in Starfleet?
No,
they all seem like evil people that just want to destroy everything.
Wasn't the guy that had the worm thing an admiral?
Yep. They were all admirals on that one.
Yeah.
The only good admiral that I can remember through the entire J.P. Hansen. He was the one that led the fleet at Wolf 359.
Yes.
And he seemed like the only competent one, but too bad within half of an episode he's killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, they run these little scenarios to try to figure out what may work, I guess, with the Federation. And that's when they Odo finds it behind the door.
Hmm.
They have this test being ran, and apparently they just release them. They're very good at just releasing everybody. They
But
don't seem like this evil organization.
the only problem I have with the writing is, and I guess this is not necessarily where we're at in these three or four episodes, but if that was the first scenario that Cisco went to protect the Federation, was to destroy the wormhole, why didn't they just do it?
I think that's why they were a little bit more hesitant with the Federation, because it's Cisco. He's not your stereotypical Starfleet officer.
Right.
Like, he's willing to do things that are unorthodox. So that's why I feel like there is more of a feeling out through the third season. And by the end there, it was like, okay, we're going to start making our moves, which they do. In my opinion, honestly, the two best episodes of season 3, the meat and potatoes of the episodes that we watched, is Improbable Cause and The Die Is Cast.
Yes.
And mainly because it focuses on Garrick. Garrick is the focal point along with Odo. But this is really the episode that you learn a lot about Garrick.
Oh,
his
absolutely.
past.
And how well connected and just ruthless he can be.
Oh, from what we hear, he was very ruthless. Like, he
Yeah.
enjoyed interrogating.
And was good at it.
The best one that they talked about was the one where he sat there for 4 hours and didn't say a word, and the guy
lost his
confessed
mind 'cause he was staring
everything.
at him.
He goes, I didn't have to touch him once.
Right.
So,
And the whole interrogation scene with him and Odo, you can really see the pain that scene was causing Garrick,
yes,
because he didn't want to do it.
yes.
He's like, even lie to me if you have to, just say something.
God, and the great job they do with the Odo makeup when he's withering away,
He's just falling apart.
and how it just makes you feel like, oh, that's terrible. It just looks like he's in so much pain.
And then right at the end of that, once he makes his confession, how powerful it is to watch him put the bucket down, turn the machine off.
Yeah, and he got him to confess.
And he turns his back to Odo as he's going into the bucket. Like, you could tell Garrick was hurt.
The alliance between the Romulans and the Cardassians, like we spoke about before, they take their ships into the Gamma Quadrant to kind of, what they say is, destroy the Dominion once and for all. One strike,
Yeah,
and we'll destroy them all. Well, that doesn't happen. They get there, and it's a trap, because the Romulan colonel turns out to be a changeling.
Right.
And you might
Go ahead.
recognize the guy that plays him. He was in a lot of stuff.
Was he?
You'll remember him probably best from a couple of things. He was in Alien Resurrection. He was one of the guys that got the face hugger put on him, and he joins the group for a little while and then gets... But he's also in Voyager. He plays the hologram in that real crazy episode, Revulsion. Look up the episode Revulsion.
Oh, yeah.
He's also he's in like Seven, the movie Seven. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
This crazy hologram, the one that killed everybody.
Yes, he killed everybody on his ship.
I mean, so we got a lot of repeat actors in this.
Well, that's not his only episode that he's in. He's in an episode of Enterprise, and I think he's also in a second episode of DS9. I want to say later on.
Who do you think had the most crossover episodes? I got to give it to Seska.
I don't know. I would have to go with,
other than John Delancey,
James Sloyan, who played the defector in the episode Defector for TNG. He was also the one he was in Voyager playing the crazy doctor who started the whole thing with Neelix's race.
Yeah, you are.
And then he was in DS9. He did a lot of Star Trek.
We did an episode covering that was a Klingon.
Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking the Candyman himself.
Yeah, he was in a few.
Oh, he was in quite a bit.
He even
He even played in Jake Sisko.
Yeah.
He did 3 or 4, two or 3 DS9 episodes, and I think he did 2 TNG episodes.
Yeah.
And he showed up in Voyager as one of the hunter race
Yeah.
in that episode where they turned the ship into a holodeck.
Yeah. We're going to have to do a whole episode of crossover actors and actresses.
That would be a good one. And when we get done with that, we can just do top 5 crossover who's made the most appearances. So anyways, the Jem'Hadar absolutely crush the Romulan Cardassian alliance, and that moves us on to Adversary. This was a very good season 3 finale without it being a 2-parter.
This had a very alien feel. You had brought it up, alien.
Very, very, yeah.
Isolated. You're on the Defiant. There is no getting away from this thing.
An alien that uses the Jeffries tubes and all that as a way to, just like the alien does in Alien.
Right. You don't know which port it's going to come out of, and you don't know where it is and who it is at any given time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was, like I said, it was a cat and mouse game. Very well done for as confined as that episode was, because the Defiant sets were always very small to begin with.
Right.
It made the ship seem a little bit bigger, though.
Yeah, I love this.
Because you
I love
see
the
them,
design of their engineering section. The fact that you
Yeah.
got to go down into it because it
Yes.
has to be compacted into a bulkhead of the ship.
and I think this episode we see the most of that ship.
Yeah.
Stuff that we don't ever really see again.
Because we get the mess hall, we get the bridge, we get the sick bay.
And that mess hall is tiny.
Yeah.
It's got like 3 tables in there, and that's it, and like a replicator. But I will say I was very impressed with this, because usually by the 3rd season we start getting the 2-parters, the end of season, and this one really didn't need one. I get that with this show being serialized, really the 2-parters don't happen as much anymore, because the whole overarching storyline of this show is just one big story.
Mm-hmm.
So we really don't get the 2-parters anymore. But I will say it was a very good finale episode. And like I said, that line at the very end, boom, you can tell we're off to the races going into season 4.
And when we get to 4, that's when we get Worf, right? We get Worf right
off the bat.
One.
Mm-hmm. The very first episode.
And that's when they're doing the drills on the station.
Yeah, and he lives on the Defiant.
Yeah.
We started off really good. Really good. These 5 episodes are 5 of probably the best so far in the series.
Mm-hmm.
From season 1 to 3, easily the top 5 episodes.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. So definitely check these out. It really lays the foundation for what's to come with the Dominion War. We're not in full swing yet. We really don't get there until probably later, but it's a great foundation. If you're looking to just do a Dominion War watch through
Introduction,
these 5 episodes are definitely the ones to hit for season.
And every
3.
single one of them are suspenseful. And even if you know how it all turns out, you're like, God, what detail did I miss? Because I don't remember how this happens.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
I don't remember who was real, who wasn't real.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's the one thing I remember the first watch through is the trippy thing is, my God, who's going to be a changeling?
Yeah.
And we really get deep into that in season 4, if I remember correctly.
It gets a little political in season 4 too.
Well, they do that whole thing, like I said, with the Earth takeover where
everybody's going to do the testing. And, that was about 15 years before its time.
Yeah.
15, 20 years before its time. It
yes.
leads into some of the best Star Trek too.
If I recall,
seasons are prime DS9, prime Star Trek at that.
I'm kind of thinking ahead a little bit to season 6 and 7, because that when you get into those seasons, almost every episode
with the Klingon alliance,
almost every episode deals with the Dominion War.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're possibly talking about watching 2/3 of a season. So, but that's a few episodes down the road. Next,
good Star Trek is fun to talk about.
Oh, yeah,
They're fun to
absolutely.
watch.
Absolutely. When Star Trek is good, it is very good.
Right.
So, but next week we are going to be back with season 4, the Dominion War in season 4 of DS9. And man, it is just going to get better from here. If we
Absolutely.
thought season 3 was good, season
Yeah.
4 is on a whole nother level. But anyways, yeah. So I think next week is going to be a very, very, very fun episode. It might be a little bit longer than what we normally do,
'Cause there's a
just
lot to cover.
as we get going forward. A lot more episodes are going to deal with the Dominion War, so there's a lot more to talk about. So some of these might be a little bit longer than we normally do, and that's
Right.
all right, especially when you're talking about good Star Trek. I can
Right.
talk all day about good Star Trek.
And the effects weren't cheesy at all either. It's good
No,
practical
no,
stuff.
not really. Yeah, as they dabble, because this is really the first show that they're really dabbling with CGI.
Right, because of the changelings and everything like that. But it does get
Yeah,
a lot cleaner.
so
It even gets cleaner by season 4, like the first episode.
oh, absolutely. I think they sat down in between the seasons, are like, hey, we're gonna have to focus, especially with the changelings, we're gonna have to focus a lot more on CGI
Yeah, and I feel like there was
because
a writer's strike somewhere in here.
there's always like season 2 of TNG was a writer strike season. There's always a writer strike season in every show. It just seems
So
like that.
4.5 or 5?
Oh, on these 5 episodes?
Yeah,
The
5?
season 3? 5.
5.
Absolutely 5. I think we're gonna give out our most 5s that we've
These
ever
are
given out.
5s. I when I sat down to watch them, I'm like, I'm enjoying this.
You know what? I said last week, or the last episode, I said I was gonna be waiting for your first 5,
This
and
is
I
it.
didn't have to wait long.
No, you picked a good set here. And even with I know what we're about to go into with season 4.
I think this is gonna be the longest stretch from the start of this series to the very end.
Mhm.
The longest stretch where we do nothing but praise Star Trek.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the
rightfully so.
funnest 5 or 6 episodes we've ever done.
All
Well,
right. Well,
I think that's it for this
Bob,
week.
where can they find us on the internet?
Oh, yes, yes. So you can find us at both places, on Instagram and TikTok, at the Star Trek Network. Also find us, well, if you're watching us, we're on YouTube at the Star Trek Network.
I would hope
Also,
so.
also have a Discord if you're interested. We can send you an invite. There's actually one in this YouTube channel's profile. If you go to the main channel here, there is a link to a never expiring invitation, so you can join us on the Discord.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for this episode, and everybody at home, have a great day.